Yeah, y'all read it yesterday, right?
Yep.
We had some news in the mortgage business that even the federal government has decided that everything has to get a little bit more expensive. The FHA program suddenly is not so affordable. What are they thinking? First-time home buyers need a little break, guys. Don't need to bump up the prices at this particular point in time, unless I guess they're looking to make a little profit, maybe, who knows. But at a time like this, when things continually get tough, we have to all start thinking about its impact on our businesses, how we're going to wade through it. What we might do in cases like that is try to separate ourselves from the folks around us and see what we do best. But I ran into a really nice article, and it was actually in the AARP magazine. No comments, please. It wasn't addressed to me. I can't get it yet. But Dr. Al Siebert wrote a book called The Resiliency Advantage. And basically what he said was this: when you're in a tough situation, and it doesn't matter whether it's personal or professional or economic, that the smartest thing that you can do is look around you and find some resilient people and add them to your life. And he said there are clues about the people around you that are resilient. And he said these aren't really secrets. You know, people talk about the secret of resiliency. There's no secret to resiliency, because resiliency in people you can see. It's pretty evident. They wear their resiliency on their sleeves, so to speak. So he gave some clues that you might be able to look out for in adding some of these people to your lives. I'd like to read a couple of them to you. Number one, resilient people stay connected. How beautiful is that? Isn't he talking about BNI? They network, they survive through tough times with support groups, retreats, and friends. Yeah, well, that's us. We can do that here, and that's part of BNI. They're optimistic. They take the negative thinking out of their daily lives and believe that it's just a bad habit. That doesn't work. Well. You can change your mindset. It may not be the easiest thing in the world, depending upon what your current situation is, but it can be done. They're spiritual. And by this, he went on to say that doesn't necessarily mean they're religious of sorts, but they're spiritual. They are connected in some way to everybody around them, and that spirit helps drive them through a lot of the tough times. They're playful, even to the point of goofiness sometimes, because they can keep their sense of humor and what they do even through a tough situation. And in many times, that can be the thing that helps them get through, or helps them at least plod through the toughest part of a certain situation. They give back when they have abundance. Dr. Matt has talked about this over and over again. They give. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're donating money. They look around for opportunities to give back to the community, to their clients, to their friends, to their family, when they know that they have abundance. And whether it's abundance in good feelings, abundance in money, abundance in food, abundance in clothing, there are lots of ways to give back. They pick their battles. I thought that was one of the smartest things that the doctor could have said. Pick your battles. Every single battle is not worth fighting. Some of them are worth walking away from. He who fights and runs away, correct? So make sure that if it's a battle worth fighting, you put the time and the effort in. But if you're looking for and adding these resilient people to your lives, you're never fighting alone. It's not like you have to march in with a full army and make an onslaught out of whatever your battle is. But not fighting alone certainly helps. They stay healthy. I like that one. It's too bad Ed's not here today, because he would have trumped on the table on that one. Keep themselves healthy in body, mind, and spirit, the doctor said. They're actively seeking solutions. They rarely look to lay blame at anyone's door. And once you get past the blame game on something, and you really do look for a way to fix a situation, that is a true sign of resiliency. You'll be able to get through it. And then the last thing was, they find the silver lining. And in saying this, you know how people say, look for the silver lining. That's not what the doctor said at all. They find the silver lining. They actually see the situation as it was handed to them and say, okay, I can make lemonade out of these lemons. I can do this. And I have a way to do it, and I don't have to do it alone. People that do this on a regular basis, any one of these 8 or 9 items that the doctor talked about, are resilient people. Add them to your lives. Personally, professionally. Here in this room, you've got 20 some odd other people who are resilient. They've decided to come here every Tuesday morning to be resilient with you. When you find these other resilient people, and especially if they're professionals, invite them here. I know I'd like to meet them, and I think everybody else in the room would like to as well. Any questions on this, or if you'd like a copy of the article, let me know. Yes, Bill?
Just a comment, not to